How's everybody doing? It's an afternoon session, not morning. A little different. Cocktails to follow. Okay, two things. If you haven't noticed, on your listing reports, there's a new icon. It looks like a little gray button with three little colored dots, and that's actually the link going to RPR, which is Realtor Property Resource. It's a huge property database NAR has been building for several years. You click on that, it'll take you into the report for that property, similar to RealList. We have found one inconsistency in it, but generally it seems to be working all right. If you are looking at a listing in there and you see something that you know isn't right, please send a correction notice. Be sure to say it's in RPR. RPR will require you to log in with your NRDS number, your National Realtor Database number, and it'll keep that login for 2 weeks, and then you probably will have to do it again. That's just the way it's set up right now. This is all part of your NAR dues. No additional cost to you. We said no for about 3 years until it got good enough to be, yeah, okay. And we'll probably still have a few more things to weed out, but your eyes are much better than ours because you know the properties, so look at your listings or properties you own and let us know if you see anything that looks incorrect. And we can square that away. Secondly is we passed our budget 2 weeks ago that included electronic lock boxes, which will roll out in May. So a lot of people some people might go, but wait, I go to all my listings, all the different objections you can have to a lockbox. There are answers, and you also just don't have to use it if you don't want. So there will be no cost to have your card activated, your membership card as a key. Also, they have a new Bluetooth phone app that on your Android or your iPhone that you can merely Bluetooth to the lockbox to let it know that you're you and yeah, to let you in. So we'll be covering a lot of information in the springtime about that, well before the rollout. Back to RPR, I forgot to mention, we're going to have training at RAM on December 8th and 9th, specifically on RPR. So two big things coming up in the near future. And did you already announce food bank, yeah?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, we're going to kick off our food bank drive. It happens around every Thanksgiving. And we'll be passing baskets later on. There are a lot of hungry people on Maui. Please help us help them. And if you give donations directly to food bank, which is fine, just let them know you're a realtor too, so the organization gets some kind of kudos for that. All right, if anybody has any other questions, you catch me during break. Thank you very much. Oh, and Dave DeLeon is next.
Good afternoon and aloha. Greetings from the planet of the politicians. As your Government Affairs Director, I'm glad to be able to report that we've been making serious progress in our plans for improving our situation on Maui. Show of hands, everybody knows what I mean when I say Minatoya. Please raise your hands. All right, I don't have to explain that again. Good. So basically, we're 2 votes away from correcting that situation. For 25 years, there's been a problem in the zoning for apartments. And that the council changed the zoning for in the county code so that it said that the apartment zone projects were only allowed to do long-term rentals. And there was an asterisk there that would never put in the county code or anyplace else that really says no. Well, there's another category which includes 83 buildings or projects in Maui. That allow also short-term rentals in the apartment zone. But that does not appear in the county code. And what we're trying to do, and we should have done by the end of the year, is it will appear in the county code. So when your clients go wandering into the county code and say, well, wait a minute, when they say apartments here, they say, I can't do short-term rentals. What do you mean? In the past, when they used to go off to the planning department, they got taken in circles. We're not going to be doing that anymore. It's going to be clearly stated in the county code. So that's a major accomplishment that's been with a big effort over a long period of time. Next positive step is we're about 2 votes also away from establishing a tax rate for the short-term rentals. Short-term rentals are those apartments, those properties where the residential properties where the owner does not live on the property but they short-term rent. And the tax department wanted to make them hotel resort, which would have been a 63% increase over their residential rate. With the good work of the Maui Vacation Rental Association and ourselves, we managed to get that back to the commercial rate, which is going to mean like a 23% increase in their taxes. So that's again 2 votes away. And the third thing that's 2 votes away is home-based business, which will, in your case, allow you to have your home office without any kind of permits or change in taxes, or you don't have to say by your leave to anybody. You'll just be in your zoning, so you'll be able to have your home business in residential properties. There's like limitations on that, and you can't go whole hog and turn the whole building into like a shopping center or something. But yeah, it's going to be a really a positive thing, and something we've been trying to accomplish for quite a while. The fourth thing we got hanging out there, and still a work in progress, is amending the workforce housing ordinance. The county's workforce housing ordinance has been these gentlemen will tell you firsthand what a problem it is for developers who are building houses in Maui County. And it's part of the reason why we don't see inventory being developed. And we're going back into committee again with that. We had a little task force thing, and we're looking to knock down the requirement from 50% to 25%, change the benchmark where you have to start applying to the rule from 5 units to 10 units, and other other changes like that. It will make it a lot more functional, and hopefully we'll actually get that to a point where people won't be such an impediment to development. The fifth thing I got to report is that we've actually seemed to have knocked back that wastewater rule, so that the governor says he's not going to sign it without. The governor's actually pushing for a compromise at this point, and we're less than likely to want to compromise with this governor at this point. He's got like 2 weeks left in office, and it's his administration to try to sneak this thing by. So we're less than really excited about working with him on this. So we're a lot more likely to work with Governor Ige when he comes into office. It's still something that needs to be done. There are places where this is a real health hazard and they need to be addressed, but our major objection was point of sale. I mean, that made you a cesspool police. We didn't want that to happen to you. And so I think we got to explain clearly that results in a random kind of result. So last year there was 100 houses sold with cesspools on Maui, roughly, and there are 12,000 cesspools in Maui County. So you do the math, and we get out like 120 years to get this thing resolved. So yeah, there's got to be another way of doing this. The last thing I'd like to report is you might have heard that we have a new leadership structure in the Maui County Council, and we're in good shape. We're in good position with everybody that we were in good position with before. Nothing's really changed for us. We have good working relationships with Gladys Bisa. We got good working relationship with Mike White. So everything's going to be working fine there. The only reason we got as far as we did with Minatoya, it was because because we have an administration and a council we can work with. We didn't have that in the past. We would never try to do this ordinance change with Mayor Tavares and Council Chair Mateo. But with Gladys at the chair of the council and the mayor and Will Spence, our realtor, is the planning director, we were in good shape. So yeah, so that's why we're able to move the ball. And Ginny's pacing, so she wants me off the podium. So I'll see you. Bye.